Show them pride. Make them fall. Hello, my lovely monsters. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera, and I've returned with a beautiful new build for the Warlock. Leave your enemies hanging in awe by your threads. Let's get to it. Part 1. The weapon. We're using the exotic Strand auto rifle Quicksilver Storm. This comes with the perk Rocket Tracers. Landing multiple hits turns your next shot into a homing micro rocket. Next up is Grenade Chaser. Landing multiple rockets loads a grenade. Long press the reload button to switch to grenade launcher mode. Finally, we have the Catalyst, Nano Entanglement. This weapon's damage type becomes Strand. Final blows with grenades from this weapon create tangles. This is a classic weapon. It's reliable, stable, and fun to use. But the most important part is that it's a strand weapon, and it makes tangles. Part 2. The armor. We're wearing the new Warlock exotic chest armor, Mataiodoxia. This comes with a perk, oh good lord, Stylosticksis. Whatever. The perk reads, targets damaged by arcane needle emit a suspending detonation when defeated, and landing multiple arcane needles on the same targets immediately triggers a large, more powerful detonation. Defeating suspended targets grants melee energy. Your arcane needles are strong against barrier champions. These are a powerful exotic. On-demand suspending and built-in anti-barrier is no joke, but let's kick it up a notch, shall we? Part 3, Class and Mods. We're on the Brood Reaver, and for the grenade, you can use whatever you want. Personally, I use the Threatling grenades because it's fun and we already have suspending built into our melee. For our aspects, first up is Mind Spun Invocation. Your strand grenades have increased functionality. Now, like I said, you can use any grenade here. They all have a use case. For example, Weaver's Trance is definitely a play, but I just like Threadlings. Next up is the Wanderer. Tangles you throw attach to targets and detonate into a suspending burst. Destroying a tangle creates a suspending burst after a short delay. Threadling final blows create a tangle. This gives us more suspending abilities, and Threadlings make tangles. This plus Quicksilver's grenade means tangles pop up as soon as they can. Moving to our fragments, first up is Thread of Fury. Damaging targets with a tangle grants melee energy, -10 to strength. Next, Thread of Warding. Picking up an orb of power grants Woven Mail, -10 to resilience. Next up, Thread of Wisdom. Defeating suspended targets creates an orb of power. Finally, we have Thread of Propagation. Powered melee final blows grant your strand weapons unraveling rounds, +10 to strength. This setup allows us to make orbs, get our melee back faster, give us Woven Mail, and get unraveling rounds from Quicksilver. Now, let's add some artifact mods into the mix. Overload Auto Rifle is a must because of Quicksilver. Authorized mod Elemental Charge is good since we'll be blowing up tangles all the time. Authorized mod Charged Up for reducing the cost. Elemental Siphon for more ways to make a tangle. Threaded Blast so all of our tangles turn into mini nukes. Sustained Fire for even more damage resistance on top of Woven Mail. Targeting Autoloader to increase Quicksilver's damage. And finally, Shield Crush to give us our melee back faster and increase its damage. As always, use whatever fits your playstyle and the content that you're running. Moving to the armor mods, on the head, hands-on for super energy, and whatever siphon mod works for you. On the arms, heavy-handed for more orb generation, and the duo of momentum transfer and impact induction for ability energy. On the chest, 2 charged up mods for more armor charges. On the legs, 2 strand surge mods to make Quicksilver hit even harder and recuperation for health on an orb pickup. You can also put elemental charge if you wanted, that's up to you. Finally, on the class item, time dilation to extend the timer of our damage buff, and 2 outreach mods for just a pinch more melee energy. When all these pieces come together, you get a build that excels at locking the enemies down and taking out the trash. Throw a melee or shoot Quicksilver's grenade to make a tangle. Then shoot that tangle to make a big ass explosion that suspends everyone, then proceed to murder at your leisure. From there, you pick up orbs to get your Woven Mail, increase your melee cooldown, and do it all over again. And finally, you can counter every type of champion. What's not to love? But now, I must talk about the most important part of any Destiny build. Part 4, the fashion. Here's the outfit, and I dig it. Mataiodoxia looks like something you would see in a fashion show, and the name even has something to do with vanity. So I wanted to follow that flow, you know? I used the 7th Seraph hood to match the high fashion vibe and tie into the Strand theming with the crisscross symbol on the head. Then I used the Meridian Constellation wraps to give it some fabric on the arms. Then I used the Lampant Luster boots and bond to add some of that Strand green. Finally, I used the Warbrick shader to give everything the dark gray colors and a hint of red. I think it looks slick, sexy, fashionable. Kind of like the build if you think about it. So henceforth, this build will be known as Silver Style, because they say that vanity is from the sin of pride. Pride becometh before the fall. But they didn't say who was falling. So knock 'em dead, gorgeous. So that's the build. Did you like the loadout? Did you like the outfit? Are there any changes you'd make? Talk to me in the comment section below. If you don't know what to say, how about if looks could kill? That seems appropriate. If you want more of my builds, I have a playlist right here. And if you want lore, I have a playlist right here. Feel free to check those out. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy your stay. If you could do me a favor and eat the subscribe button's cat and dog, that would be great. Thank you. I am Fasa the Silver Chimera, and I hope you have a joyous day despite the world trying to tear you down. I will see all of you beautiful monsters next time.